thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair, and politicians, they don't care. All we get are thoughts and prayers. It ain't safe to go outside, everybody duck and hide. I just want to be a farmer, now I need some body armor. Children try to go to school, shot at by a crazy fool. I look outside and I feel scared, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. You ain't safe in a grocery store. People mowed down on the floor, all because their skin was black, giving me a heart attack. They say they need to do research for doctor who comes into church. In return, we're met with stares, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. You can't pass a bill today, you're held hostage by the NRA. Try and make a simple change, get tossed in a shooting range. Teachers used to have more fun, now they want to give them guns. Bullets free for kids to share, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, everything's in disrepair. Politicians, they don't care, and all we get are thoughts and prayers. How's it going, everybody? So nice to see you guys. That's a new song called Thoughts and Prayers. I hope you liked it. It's brand new. Haven't recorded it yet, so hopefully somebody's taping this. So you have it. Golly, we drove up today from wherever we were. Down. Oh yeah, I was in Nashville yesterday. That's where I was. I didn't drive. Oh no. And then we flew to... This is good weed, man. No. Then we flew to San Jose. Yeah, we flew to San Jose. That's right. And we rented a car at National Car Rental. And they said to me, Mr. Poltz, you're executive aisle. I didn't know I graduated from normal emerald aisle. So I got to pick this really nice car. And the guy said, you can always be upgraded now because you live in so many rental cars. So that was a really good start. And then I went to my hotel and they said, Mr. Poltz, you've been upgraded. You are now Ambassador Elite at all Marriott brand hotels. And they upgraded us to a suite. Then we woke up this morning and drove down here, and it was so beautiful when I got here, and then I started having total allergy attacks, which I hadn't had in years, so I had to go back to the hotel to get that stuff you spray up your nose. What's it called? Meth? And then they had those eye drops, and I did the eye drops too, and so my allergies have gone now, so it's kind of cool. I'm pretty happy to be here with you guys to spend this beautiful night. It's fun doing new songs that I make up, and so that Thoughts and Prayers song, I think it should go on a record, and yeah, why not? And you guys look so comfortable. Would you come here for a second, Beard Man? Yeah, I just need you to hold these words because I just wrote this song. I mean, you don't have to. If you want to send her, okay, yeah. Oh, it is? It's your birthday? Okay, cool. Would you mind holding these words? I just have all these new songs. So what I want you to do is just go like this. Hold these two like this. Perfect. And then I'll put on my glasses. I got sponsored by an eyeglass company called Caddis, Caddis, because my friend Donovan Frankenreiter sponsored by him. He said, my friend Steve Poltz is old too. You should sponsor him. And then they looked me up. They must have sent me 20 pairs of glasses. Like every week my life gets better. All because of this. This whole thing's a scam. I don't even know what I did. The only thing I'm pissed off about is next year I'm gonna be 65, and that's my Medicare birthday. And what I'm mad about is the last 2 years I haven't been taking the senior discount at Marriott. I left all that money on the table. And there's this really cool podcast I like to listen to called Acquired. And so it was recommended by the Wall Street Journal. And I like watching and listening to stuff that I'm not familiar with. It's like real financial smart people. And there's a 3-parter on Warren Buffett. And so the way he looked at money, like Warren Buffett's so weird. He's a multi-billionaire, but he still lives in the same little house in Omaha, Nebraska. And his wife gives him like either, I think like $2.80 in his pocket or $3. And he drives through McDonald's every morning. This guy's a multi-billionaire. And if his wife gave him enough, he gets a sausage McMuffin with egg. Otherwise, he just gets the egg McMuffin without the sausage, depending on how much change is in his pocket. And they were talking about how he looks at money, and so he doesn't want to spend any of it. It's just a game to him since he was a kid. And so he looks at it as what that money would be worth 20 years from now. So that started pissing me off today because I'm listening to that podcast. I'm like, do you know all the money I left on the table because I didn't take the senior discount? And Sharon's like, just shut up. So anyways, so I wrote this other song because I'm always making up songs. By the way, how about Derek? I love Derek. Love that guy. He's so good, and he just gets better and better, and I'm honored to have him be here tonight. Okay, so this is so new. This song has never been sang public yet, so it's brand new. It was just born. This song is breastfeeding. So this song just shit its diapers. So okay, you stand like this, like that. Yeah, because this is going to be like really not easy. Okay, here goes. Yeah, but don't put your thumb over the lyrics. Perfect. All right. Oh, the name of this song, I just named it. It's called Joyride. Heartaches and hassles, beaches, no sandcastles, missed flights, phone calls, lost in some hotel halls, rental cars, lost keys, laughter and weak knees, bad moods and dumb fights, bathtubs, candlelight, snow cones, dance halls, cracker jacks, baseball, train tracks, sunsets, sure things, bad bets, haircuts, pedal boards, capos and Encores, delays and car wrecks, boring old sound checks, half price menus, haunted venues, merch sales, riders, long drives, overnighters, dangerous weather, old hats with feathers, thrift stores and airports, bounce checks, passports, free hugs, no shrugs, wrong drugs, bed bugs, smiles, laughter, right here ever after. As long as I'm with you, there's nothing we can't do. I look for the best rhyme, I'm here for your lifetime. It's a slow ride as we glide, it's a joyride. Don't go yet. Here's another brand new one. Okay. This one I just made up 2 days ago. Let's see here. Okay. What I want, my goal with this song was, I like learning new words. And so there's this word I love, and the word is called petrichor. And petrichor is the scent that comes from the dry earth after a rain. So you know when you, right after it rains and you walk outside, the rain stops and you go, and it smells so good. That's what perfume companies try to get that scent. It's this earthy scent, and it's called petrichor. And the way you spell it is P-E-T-R-I-C-H-O-R. And where it comes from is Greek, petra for stones, and then ichor, which is gold going through the veins of Greek gods. So it's petrichor. It's a really cool word. So I thought, why not put it in a song, and maybe the song will be on my next record. So what you're gonna do is after that chorus, you'll see me sing that, then you'll switch it over to that page, okay? This is gonna be really weird if I can pull this off. Oh, I need the glasses, sorry. Okay, so you're gonna do it again over here. Your wife is awesome, by the way. Donna. Oh, your son. What was I thinking? He was sitting in the front row. He was minding his own business. He had a very nice beard. I wanted him to hold the words. He thought I was a little bit weird, and I must concur. I agree with my constituents. Do you wanna have the words held by a birthday girl named Donna? Do you wanna? Do you mind if your mom holds the words? Dude, I thought that you were dating your mom. Dude, I couldn't have been more wrong. I see you squirming in your seat right now, I can't blame you. I'm half blind, I'm almost 65. And I'm an idiot. I must apologize. You're not dating your mom. Okay. Oh yeah, you were looking at those words. That song that I just sang was a zygote. Okay. Okay. Okay, petrichor, that's where I was. Yeah. Here goes, petrichor. I wrote this with my buddy in Nashville, Gary Nicholson. Gary Nicholson's great too. He just wrote a bunch of Chris Stapleton hits with Chris Stapleton. He's a great writer. Petrichor is happening right now. Happens every time the rain comes down. See the steam rise up right off the ground. Petrichor is happening right now. Smell perfume on the dirt, rub it in, what could it hurt? It's the smell that we all love, sent right down from high above. My wife says let's bottle it up, see the gold coins fill our cup. Women all around the world smelling like a red dirt girl. Petrichor is happening right now. Happens every time the rain comes down. See the steam rise up right off the ground. Petrichor is happening right now. Saw my garden parched and dry, look up to the clear blue sky. Prayed all night for one good cloud, make the sweet rain come on down. Thirsty roots all look at me, it's almost like they can see. Healing drops fall from the sky, starts to pour, I start to cry. Petrichor is happening right now. Heavens give me my lifeblood, when it's done I'm in the mud. Watch the cracked earth soak it in, see my supper sprout again. Now you know just what it is, it's a gift that heaven gives. Grows the flowers and the weeds, blessings for the thirsty sea. Petrichor is happening right now. for is happening right. Happy birthday, Donna! Oh my God! Thank you for loaning me your mother. Burritos and Doritos, that's all I eat since you've been gone. Burritos and Doritos, that's all I eat, well yeah. My mama called, said go to the store. I don't feel like it anymore. Got an PM right down my street. Don't even got to put shoes on my feet. Now singing burritos and Doritos, that's all I eat since you've been gone. Burritos and Doritos, that's all I eat, well yeah. I like burritos so hot and greasy. I like Doritos so nacho cheesy. I wash them down with generic beer. Whatever else is on sale around here. Now sing it, burritos and Doritos, that's all I eat since you've been gone. Burritos and Doritos, that's all I eat, well yeah. It's so easy, don't cost too much. Just nuke that baby and you got your lunch. Take it home and watch the Brady Bunch on your TV screen. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Burritos and Doritos, that's all I eat since you've been gone. Burritos and Doritos, that's all I eat, well yeah. That's all I eat, well yeah. Honey, do you think that we could start all over? You could go back to school. We could rent a house out in Arizona. I hear they all have swimming pools. I've been working on a hybrid fertilizer. I hear it makes the lettuce big. I could get some cash down at Harry's pawn shop. You could get a singing gig. Buy a pit bull and name him after Harry, and we could be famous, and then we'll get married, married. Baby doll, believe me when I say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take your share, but it seems like this is cut with so much baking soda that it's making me pull out my hair. I've been working on a toaster that could fry a lamb chop if I could get the wiring right. By Christmas time next year, I'm gonna have a patent, and everything'll be alright. And we could buy a pit bull and name him after Harry, and we could be famous, and then we'll get married, married. Sweetness, do you think that we could have a yard sale? This dust is making my eyes sting. We could fix the brakes, and with the extra money I could buy a wedding ring. I've been working on a tractor that could lift a building. I'm gonna try it out tonight. I'm gonna lift that fucking bank up and take all their money. You just stay right here, sit tight. And we could buy a pit bull and name him after Harry, and we could be famous, and then we'll get married, married. Honey, do you think that we could start all over? You could go back to school. I washed my hair today, and I hadn't washed it in a couple of weeks. And Sharon woke up next to me and she's like, dude, you gotta wash your hair. But I liked the natural oils in it, and now it's really fly away. So I need to put like some olive oil in it or something. But yeah, she had to wake up next to me, and I like it. I like to go like, you know, I like to shower a lot. It's not like I'm not showering, but I don't like to wash it a lot. And now it's like so clean, and I keep doing this. It smells so good. Sharon used to own a hair salon in San Diego, and it was called Salon Tonic, and they got written up in Elle magazine as a top 25 salons in the country. And so she always has cut hair. You wouldn't know it by looking at me because she just like only trims it. And but she gets like really good hair product. She gets this stuff. What's it called? Oribe. Yeah, Oribe. And this dude would come. His name's Oribe. I think he's dead now, but he would come, and he's from Cuba. And he has like this beautiful smelling stuff. And then I have that soap, you know that Dr. Bronner's soap? The peppermint hemp. Oh my God. That stuff's amazing, isn't it? I really like it. In fact, I think I may have written a journal entry about it. Do you guys ever write in a journal? It's pretty cool. Like, if I really recommend you guys use a journal, because a journal is a great thing to have, because you go back and you can see kind of what you're doing. Does that make sense? Like, you just kind of find out what it is you want to do, and you go back and look at your life. And so I think I might have a page where I write all my journal stuff. And you know how I can know? Peppermint. Here it is. All I had to do on my iPhone was type in P-E-P-P-E-R, and this thing popped up. Dear Diary. This is just a recent entry, too. Dear Diary. I probably shouldn't read this because I don't know what's on it, but let's try it. Dear Diary. I took a shower and used Dr. Bronner's peppermint hemp hippie soap. It smells so good. I wash my armpits and my bum and my private parts. And then I thought to myself, I need to wash my feet too. The water running in the shower isn't going to just clean them. I should scrub them with this hand towel and soap. Now, I'm 64 years old, so I lifted up my foot and scrubbed it real good with the soap. Every little toe. It felt so good and clean, like I was doing God's work. Then I washed my other foot, and that felt good too. I was so happy and proud that my feet were clean. Then I thought, I should scrub my butthole because I have this hand towel and lots of soap. But then I was worried that the foot germs might get into my butt like athlete's foot, and only athlete's butt. But I scrubbed it anyways. Then I had to pee, so I thought to myself, I should wait till I get out of the shower and pee in the toilet. But then I looked around and no one was watching, because I obviously wasn't live streaming. So I peed real good like, and I watched it all go down the drain, and it felt like I was doing something bad, and that felt good to me. So I got out of the shower and dried off. Now I can't sleep because as I was drying off, I looked in the mirror and I noticed a gray hair on my ball sack. So I thought I should try shaving them, even though I had never done that before. It just seemed like an impulsive decision. So I tried, but I accidentally got a cut on my scrotum and red blood dripped into the white sink. It looked really cool, like art, and I like art. And then I started writing my name on the white sink with my blood and a swirly S. And then Sharon walked into the bathroom as I was stretching my ballsack and looking at the blood. And she goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then some air escaped out of my butt and made a farty sound. So I decided I should go to sleep and not shave my balls. Sharon put a Band-Aid on them, and I realized it was all a bad idea. Thank you, God, for listening to me. Your friend, Steve. That's called journal roulette. You just don't know what you're going to end up with, so sorry about that. Stuff happens. What are you going to do? Now, the guy doing sound tonight is really cool. David, is that his name? Yeah, David. Where is the sound guy, David? He's a great guy. David, right? Yeah, cool. I'm going to plug this phone in. David? Cool. May I call you David? All right. Here goes. Oh, I can't believe I read that. I'm sweating. I need to warm up. All right, David. Here goes nothing. Let's see if this is going to work. This is going to be cool. All right, buddy. Here goes. I'm going to do something here so my phone doesn't fall asleep. And I'm going to put the display on to not fall asleep. Okay, David, I'm ready. You won't know when it's going to happen until it happens, David, but it's going to happen. I need Donna to always be with me on stage. Well, we first moved to the USA, all the way from Canada. And we drove across the continent, from Nova Scotia to Pasadena. My sister and me and my mom and dad, from the cold to the sunny south. There were palm trees growing and it was not snowing, and I never did shut my mouth. Well, we drove on over to the courthouse in downtown Los Angeles. We put our hands on a Bible and we swore as a family that we were not communists. When we drove away, I started to cry. They said, "What's wrong, son? Are you sick?" I said, "I don't want to be an American. I want to be a Catholic. We talk Hollywood and baseball in the car. Hey, the voice of Vin Scully, man, it would travel really far. There's an eerie spiderweb shadow coming into right field that Chavez Ravine. Sandy Koufax walks out to the mound and he's up to his hips in alligators. Doing to the Harvey King, get your Dodger dogs. Well, I made my first communion in St. Rita's Catholic Church. There was incense a-choking and a priest was smoking, was the choir up in the perch. My face got red and my stomach felt bad. They said, if you're gonna get sick, use a cup. Well, I thought by the time it was my turn for communion, Jesus would be all eaten up. I really did think that, and I was freaking out, because when you're the last kid in line at the buffet of eating Jesus and they tell you you're eating him, number one, I wanted his leg. And I knew that shit got eaten up because everyone wanted the dark meat. And I was pissed. Like, how did I end up last in line at the gangbang? So there I was. I was waiting to eat Jesus. And I was kind of freaking out too. And I was looking at the other kids. And I stuttered really bad. And I was just like, why am I last in line? I really want to eat Jesus. And like, the other kids knew. They was like, the one kid was really smart. He's like, it's just representative of Jesus's body. I said, no, it's not. Have you heard the songs they're singing? The kid goes, like what? I go, it's cannibalism, man. He goes, how? And I go, listen. Sons of God, hear his holy word, gather around the table of the Lord, eat his body, drink his blood. Are you fucking kidding me? Well, I thought by the time it was my turn for communion, Jesus would be all eaten up. We talk Hollywood, baseball in the car. Hey, the voice of Harry Carey, it would travel really far.
Coming up on the top of the ninth inning here at Wrigley Field, Davey Concepcion, except since I'm Harry Carey, I'll butcher his name because I'm drunk. Pino Consiglione Stein. Holy cow, Cubs win! Cubs!
Now my allergies were bad, so we moved to the desert to a city called Palm Springs. We trick-or-treated at Liberace's house. Each finger had a diamond ring. This is what he said.
Hello, kids, have a Snickers bar.
He had his boyfriend behind him, and when you rang his doorbell, it went dun 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 dun. He'd give you full-size Snickers bars. Liberace, man. That was so cool, trick-or-treating at his house. The steps up to his door were piano keys, black and white keys, but they were all swirly, and you had to walk around. It was great. I miss those days, you guys. We met Elvis Presley in the middle of the summer, and Elvis hugged my sister for far too long. I felt kind of weird, but I would have pimped her out just to hear him sing a song. I'm a little gun shy now with that last line because I sang it at a festival in Canada, and this woman waited in line. She was the last person in line to yell at me. You said you pimped your sister out. Do you know there's a problem with human trafficking? I was like, it was a joke. It was about my sister. You don't joke about human trafficking. And I was like, God, but it was Elvis Presley. It was cool. He put me on his shoulders. Don't you understand? It was part of the song. Elvis had me on his shoulders. The fact that you're up here yelling at me right now and you shook my hand at first means you got some of Elvis's DNA on you due to the Debt Transfer Act of 1969. And finally she just goes, I give up, and walked away. So now when I sing that line, I'm scared. And then I sang this exact same song and somebody got mad at me because I was talking about a different celebrity I met, which was Bob Hope. And I mentioned him in this song at this other festival because I was the lead altar boy when Bob Hope went to Palm Springs and he came to St. Teresa's Church. And I was talking about how I was such a judgy little Catholic when I was an altar boy. I was like, I don't think he's gone to communion. I don't think he should come to communion because he hasn't been to confession. And I was really judgy about it. And when Bob Hope came up for communion, he goes, priest goes, body of Christ. And Bob Hope goes, amen, Father. Sticks his tongue out and winks at me like that. And then the priest put the host on his tongue. And the priest had already warned me, do not let the host fall off of the tongue and hit the ground. That's why you got that gold plate that's been blessed by God. And you need to catch it. And man, I was like Willie Mays because that thing rolled off of Bob Hope's tongue. It was crazy. It really rolled off of his tongue and it was about to hit the ground. And I dove just like Willie Mays when he caught that great ball. The priest told me that I saved Jesus for everyone else. So the fact that you guys are even here tonight on Wednesday is because I saved Jesus. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it is. And also, after this show ends, I'll be back there by the merch. If I shake your hand, you can get Elvis's DNA on you too. Do you know how cool it was to have Elvis put me on his shoulders? Like, that really happened. It was beautiful. And he was so nice and patient and kind. Just how you'd want him to be. Frank Sinatra was mean to me when I asked him for his autograph. He's like, get away from me, kid. Bob Hope, he tipped me $5 because I saved Jesus. But when he tipped me $5, I actually said to Bob Hope, because I was young, I go, did you go to confession before communion? And he was like, I'm Jewish. And I was like, what? Then I was like, I remember I was talking to my mom, he can't come to communion if he's Jewish. He's not Catholic. And my mom was like, man, you're really judgy. Even for my mom, I was judgy, and she was judgy as hell. I out-judged her back then. And we lived in Palm Springs, and the lady who lived across the street from us was a call girl, a high-priced call girl. Speaking of human trafficking, if we're gonna go there, hashtag Steve Poltz canceled. It all happened at Castoro. That's where his career ended. Oh, we were there. We saw it. No, seriously, like, I was such a little kid, and the lady that lives across the street from us was a high-priced call girl, and dudes in Cadillacs would show up, and she would wear a mink stole around her neck. And she came over in the Christmas season, and my parents were having a party, and she knocked on our door. And I was a little kid, and it was like, I remember I answered the door, and I looked up at her. She had her boobs pushed up, her dress down low, and mink stole on. And I go, Merry Christmas. And then she goes, Happy Hanukkah. And then I go, oh, are you Jewish? And she goes, only by injection, darling. And I had no clue what that meant. And I remember I went up to my mom, I was like, what does that mean, only by injection? My mom was like, go to sleep. Up the pictures of it. Let's see. Now one of my earliest memories was John Kennedy getting shot, and my mom was a-crying and ironing clothes, and my face felt really hot. I watched the funeral on TV. It was there in black and white. I saw a son salute his father's flag-draped coffin, and things did not seem right. Now here I am, a growing-up boy, at home on the 4th of July, staring out at the ocean and the fireworks in the sky. I miss my friends who aren't around, the ones who passed away. Feeling kinda grateful here on Independence Day. Hollywood, baseball in the car. Hey, the voice of Tom Cheek, man, it'll travel really far. Tom Cheek's voice was so cool when he called the walk-off home run by Joe Carter when the Blue Jays were playing the Phillies in 1993. What a voice Tom Cheek had as an announcer. Joe was having trouble trying to lay off that ball low to the outside part of the plate, and he just went after one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch on the way. A swing and a belt left field. Way back. Blue Jays win. The Blue Jays win. And the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life. That call was insane. I have it etched in my memory. And my dad, man, he ran in the front yard naked, waving a Canadian flag. I wish my dad were still alive right now so he could hear this. It would remind him.
Joe has had his moments trying to lay off that ball low to the outside part of the plate, and he just went after one. 2 balls and 2 strikes on it. Here's the pitch on the way. A swing and a belt. Left field. Way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
Hollywood, and baseball in the car. You know what's crazy? I just did that song on tour in Australia last month. They go nuts, and they don't even know who I'm talking about, but they all come home and go, you gotta do that every show. We just love the sound of a team winning. Everybody can relate to it. The tension in that call. Hollywood, baseball in the car. Hey, the voice of Tom Cheek, man, it'll always travel really far. I get allergies and asthma in the yard, and no one ever told me growing up would be so hard. Touch 'em all, Joe. Man, good to see you. This is the greatest show I ever played, man. Look at this crowd. This is an epic crowd. I love you guys. Hey, this is a really pretty song I wrote with my friend Molly Tuttle. And I just love this song so much. And I just had breakfast with Molly Tuttle and her boyfriend Ketch Secor from Old Crow. And we were in Nashville and had a nice little breakfast. If you ever come to Nashville, come meet me at Dozen Bakery. It's so good. I'm a big snob of croissants. I love a really good croissant. I love a croissant. Donna. What's your son's name? Scott. Tell your mom, Donna, I like a croissant. You let her know I like the crust flaky and full of butter. You let her know, Scott. Me, I call you Scott. Yeah, that's cool, Scott. I like it.
your mom. I like a good croissant. I like it flaky, butter in the crust, yeah. Hey Scott, you did your mom. I like a good croissant. I like it flaky, butter in the crust, yeah. Hey Scott, you did your mom. I like a good croissant. I like it flaky, butter in the crust, yeah. Hey Scott, you did your mom. I like a good croissant. I like it flaky, butter in the crust, yeah. Hey Scott, you got to do your mom. I like the taste of the petrichor. I like it after the rain. I like to eat the flaky croissant. It tastes so good, Scott. You let her know. You tell Donna. I demand a croissant. The next time I see your family, sing it again, Steve. Hey Scott, you tell your mom. I like a good croissant. I like it flaky, butter in the crust, yeah.
Hey Scott, you tell your mom. Next time I show up here, I want a chocolate croissant. I want a croissant chocolate. I want the crust to be flaky and buttery. You let her know, Scott. I know where you live. I'm underneath your bed tonight.
Hey Scott, you tell your mom. I like a good croissant. I like it flaky, butter in the crust, yeah. Hey Scott, you tell your mom. I need that croissant in the morning. Yeah, it made me feel so good. Fill up my stomach before I get in the shower with the Dr. Brown soap and the razor. Hey Scott, you tell your mom. I like a good croissant. I like it flaky, butter in the crust, yeah. Butter in the croissant.
Man, I love these things that have. You know why? Because they're NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Only we get them once, and then they disappear. I've already erased it. That's so cool. We never hear it again, but we got to hear it at that moment. Remember when you read Tom Robbins and he wrote that book, Skinny Legs and All? And in the book, he posits this whole theory. And the theory is this. There's a can of beans, and the can of beans was mistakenly put on the international foods section, so it knows all these facts about international foods and stuff. And then there's a sock that was on the foot of a construction worker, and the sock cusses like crazy. And there was a spoon that was in a convent, and the spoon blushes because it's like a nun. And the sock, the can of beans, and the spoon and a stick are going across the desert to Israel and Jerusalem to make world peace. And they're walking across. It's called Skinny Legs and All. And he posits this theory. If a tree falls or art happens in the forest and no one's there to see it, is it really art? Well, that last song, Hey Scott, it happened and it was art, but it was at that one moment. And that's what's so cool about life. Life is so beautiful. When you look at pictures of all the people from Woodstock, the original Woodstock in '69, look at their teeth, man. They're crooked and beautiful. I like crooked, beautiful teeth with gaps between them and stuff. And nobody had a phone they were staring at, and all they did was just put a note up. If they lost their friend, somehow they'd find each other. People were giving birth in the middle of it all. Shit was happening. They didn't need an iPhone or nothing, man. And their teeth were not perfect. I will go back to that again and again, because I love the imperfections of life, like that song that just happened and how art just happens wherever you are, in the strangest place. Maybe you're somewhere, you're ordering yourself an oat milk latte and you're in line and the person who makes you it identifies as they, and you're pissed off because you're like, why the fuck do I have to call someone they? Why can't you be a guy or a girl? And then the they gives you the latte, and they hand you it with a big smile. And you go, why am I so full of hate? If it makes them happy, let me call them they. Why should it matter to me? It doesn't affect my life. And then you leave and you learn a little bit. And then somebody cuts you off on the 101 and you're like, go ahead, dude, it's cool. I just learned how to use they. I'm happy. I'm drinking an oat milk latte. Life's fucking bitchin', bro. I'm just trying. I'm a human progress. I'm like a pack of flour tortillas in saran wrap that someone nailed to the wall and it molds, and then the mold makes beautiful art. It's one of the most gorgeous things. And then you sell it on eBay because it has Jesus' face in it. Yeah! Can I get a hallelujah? I'm playing tomorrow in Healdsburg. They're not gonna get a show this good. Those guys are dick. Came from Vermont. Next thing I know, that cousin was gone. Truck driver saw him picking up Hitchhiker Joe. Now his spleen's on the sidewalk. Up in the flowers grow. Pick up Hitchhiker Joe. He'll slit your throat. Cut off your big toe, I tell you. It'll make you smile from ear to ear. Don't lock you in a trunk for 99 years. Don't do it now, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Don't do it, baby. Don't. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. My best friend Eddie called from LA. Said we'd have dinner later that day. I got a feeling it's more than a hunch. My poor friend Eddie was at Hitchhiker's lunch. Pick up. It's a Jonesy song about cannibalism. Don't pick up Hitchhiker Joe. He'll slit your throat and cut off your big toe. I tell you, he'll make you smile from ear to ear. Don't lock you in a trunk for 99 years. Don't do it now, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. This is the time when I was writing this song. I said to my friend Steve Poltz, I was writing this with him. I was in the Rugburns. I said, should we write a bridge for this song? And he said, yes. And I said, let's go to the B minor. Check out the bridge. Hitchhiker Joe ain't no vegetarian. If you see him on the highway, steer clear of him. He got a knife in his sock and a razor up his sleeve, a chainsaw on his pack, and it's gonna make you bleed. Yeah, yeah. Bum, 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 tonight when you go home, look up the official video for Hitchhiker Joe. You'll see me back in 1994, I think it was. I look so young. And the last verse says, my girlfriend Lois called from Tallahassee. The girl who plays my girlfriend Lois is Jewel. And she was like 20 years old, and she's walking down the beach, and she looks so cute, and it's really cool. And so I said, Jewel, be my girlfriend Lois in the song. You're gonna get eaten by a hitchhiker that kills you, and you're gonna be turned into spam. But it's cool. And Jewel's like, that sounds awesome, bro. My girlfriend Lois called from Tallahassee. She picked up that dude at the spam factory. That was the last time I saw her smile. My best advice is don't eat spam for a while. Don't pick up Hitchhiker Joe. He'll slit your throat, cut off your big toe. I tell you, he'll make you smile from ear to ear. Don't lock you in a trunk for 99 years. Don't do it now, bum, 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 bum. That's your part, everybody in Castoro and Templeton, California. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. I'll sing some other shit. Don't pick up Hitchhiker Joe. He'll slit your throat, cut off your big toe. He'll make you smile, come into it. Gonna lock you in the trunk for 99.99. Oh, pick up Hitchhiker, gotta cut off your big toe. He'll make you smile, come into it. Gonna lock you in the trunk for 99 years now. Ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba. Man, that song used to get played a lot on a station called K-Otter. It was so cool. There was these DJs that worked there. Rare Hair, Drew, Icky Bisco.
Right here.
What? And Flower Child. Man, I used to have, is Rare Hair here? Man, those were the days. Lady Tie-Dye. Oh my God. This is so neat. I love it. And my memories are so good of Central California. And I gotta tell you, I live in Nashville and I love living in Nashville because of all the songwriting and co-writes I do. But man, I sure miss California. But then I think about, if I moved back to California, could I even afford a house maybe on the Central Coast? Is it expensive to buy a house on the coast in Cayucos? And I could go to the Hidden Kitchen every day and eat cornmeal pancake waffles, blue cornmeal waffles. That'd be rad. So if you guys all want to pitch in and buy me and Sharon a house, that would be great. I'll move to the Central Coast. And I think that this is the best part of California. It's a secret. Don't tell the people in Healdsburg how cool it is here. Because they'll come in with that tech money and then it'll be even more expensive. Because you guys all have like the most pure faces. Like, you have faces, people's faces are like road maps, and when I meet them, I know right away whether I want to talk to them and engage or not. Because their faces show the life they've lived. And you can tell when you're talking to them, usually. And I see a lot of good faces in the world, I'm telling you. I really do. And my memories of California are so good, but I think probably my fondest memory was after me and Jewel wrote You Were Meant For Me, we were playing it, and I was playing at Kelly's Pub, a little bar in San Diego, and with the Rugburns, we were a duo, and then we were going out touring and stuff, and then Jules was playing. She said, "Where should I play?" And I go, "Let's find a coffee house that nobody plays at." I always tell musicians this. A lot of times parents and stuff will talk to me, they go, "Hey, my kid's in music, and can you talk to them about, you know, how they can make it?" And I always do this. I try to dissuade them in a weird way. And what I always say is, why do you want to do it? And if they say they want to do it to be famous, I'm like, you're talking to the wrong guy. Do it because you have to do it. Do it because it feeds your soul. Do it because it's your lifeblood. And everything else that will happen, it's all part of your journey. It's part and parcel of your journey. You're going to stumble along the way. You're going to skin your knees. You're going to get stiffed at some gigs. You're going to play to disinterested crowds. But you got to have the wherewithal to stick with it. Your skin will get thicker. Keep doing it for the joy of doing it and for the creation of it. And if you follow your creative heart, everything else is just, it's easy. Everything else just happens and it comes and follows you, and it just throws little sprinkles upon your life. It gets a little better. But if you're like, I want to be a TikTok star and I want to hang out with the Kardashians, I'm like, dude, you're talking to the wrong dude. So anyways, this is what I say to folks. And so I was talking to Jewel, and she said, where should I play? I want to get a following like the Rugburns. And so I said, well, let's just find a coffee house. So we drove all around San Diego, me and Jewel. And I was like, here's a cool one. It's called the Interchange, like change from within, not enter, but inner, I-N-N-E-R. And so we went in, there was this lady, Nancy, working there. She had a weathered face, smoked a lot of cigarettes, drank a lot, and just had that look like you could see her roadmap face that she'd had some hard living, but she was soft, and you could see her soft, molten core, lava heart. And so we started talking to her, and she said, well, let me hear you sing. And Jewel sang her a song. It was beautiful. And then next thing you know, Jewel was playing every Thursday night at the Interchange. For a year and a half she played. And she would hand out these flyers at the beach, and she'd go, hi, I'm Jewel, and I'm playing at the Interchange. And surfer dudes would show up, because she was like totally hot too. And so surfer dudes would show up, and then if the surfer dudes showed up that were cool looking, that brought cool girls, and the girls would show up. Next thing you know, it was this scene. And Jewel and me would go out to thrift stores in the day, and she'd see lederhosen in a thrift store, and she'd buy lederhosen that night, come on stage and lederhosen. And then she'd do these long flowing poems, was always writing songs. Then next thing you know, Neil Young shows up. And he hears about the scene there. He comes down from Northern California, and he wants to tape her in a van outside. And he's got a brown van. But it was just a dude who looked like Neil Young. He was all pervy. And we were all bummed out. He was like secretly filming her. No. So Neil Young really came down in a van. But I just added that part of the story because it seemed like it would be cool. I've never taken that left turn. Neil Young really did come down with a recording van and started recording. And he goes, Jewel, why don't you come up and live at my ranch in the Santa Cruz Mountains? You can make your record there. I'll have Ben Keith produce it. Ben Keith's now deceased, but he was the pedal steel player in the Stray Gators. And Ben Keith also played pedal steel on Patsy Cline's version of Crazy. He went back that far. So we go up, we live at Neil Young's ranch in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and Jewel says to Neil, can Poltz come? And Neil goes, Poltz can come up too. So I got to play guitar on that record. Now here's the thing, I was in the Rugburns, and I never knew where my next meal was coming from. I was hungry. I've always been a skinny little twig who can eat a lot. And so they would make these huge breakfasts, and Neil Young's chef was called Cookie. It was so, I'm not kidding you. And so Neil Young freaked out because he never saw anybody eat as much as I did. And I would eat these breakfasts because I never knew when I was going to eat again. And when I was done, I looked like a snake that ate a possum. And my stomach would be out like that because I could eat so much. And Neil Young started freaking out. He goes, I can't believe how much he eats. He goes, and then he goes, let's weigh him tomorrow before breakfast and then weigh him after. And so Neil Young and Cookie stood by the scale. And sure enough, the next morning before I went in to record, Neil Young goes, whoa, that was a 6.5 pounder. Then I would go in and play the songs, and it would slow me down because I'm so hyperactive. I'm kind of like a meerkat, and I'm like this, always looking around. So they wanted me to eat a lot so I wouldn't rush the tempo of the song, and you would get the feeling of the song. So the day we recorded You Were Meant For Me, I had a 7.5 pounder breakfast. I had so many blueberry pancakes with butter and maple syrup. And then I sat down and Jewel was looking and my stomach was out. I was so sickened by my own gluttony. And Jewel handed me the guitar and I went. At a nice relaxed pace. Little did I know when the tape was running that this song would become that popular. You don't know what's happening at the time. We had also written this other song called Food Stamp Love that I thought was going to be the hit. And we brought it to Atlantic Records, right, for that session. And the chorus went, I'm sick of your food stamp love. And it was about like you're dating someone and they're giving their love to you like you're just a government assistance beneficiary. And they don't really care, and it's just all not good. And I was like, Food Stamp Love's the hit. And I was telling the head of Atlantic Records, Danny Goldberg, that. And he goes, Steve, not only is Food Stamp Love not a hit, I never want to hear it again. And don't even ever say Food Stamp Love. So then this became the hit. Like, I was ready to throw this song out. Imagine in a parallel universe. My life would be so much different, but maybe Food Stamp Love would be a hit. hear the clock, it's 6 a.m. I feel so far from where I've been. And I got my eggs, I got my pancakes too. Got my maple syrup, everything but you. I break the yolks, make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots off of the mirror, don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams last for so long. Even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Fun fact, when we were writing this song, I wanted to sing different lyrics on the chorus, and Jewel used to say I would Poltzerize songs, because I'd say something kind of fucked up and sideways in the song. And so I was going like this, like we were singing together. I was like, dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And that was all fine. And then it went, and I know that you love me, but I want you to know I got a spare key to your door. And if you leave me, I'll still break in. And she was like, no. And I go, yeah, it'll be cool. It's like a stalker song. And to Jules' credit, she said no. Thank God. I wouldn't have sold 15 million records. I called my mom, but she was out for a walk. I consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk. Picked up the paper, it was more bad news. More hearts being broken, more people being used. Put on my coat in the pouring rain, and I was naked underneath and flashed a bunch of people in the park. Jewel was like, no. Put on my coat in the pouring rain. Saw a movie, but it wasn't the same. It was like she was corralling a wild horse. 'Cause it was happy, I was sad. Made me miss you, oh so bad. 'Cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me. Even if you don't, I'll prove it to you when I handcuff you. You're fucking meant for me. I go about my business and I'm doing fine beside. What would you say if I had you on the line? Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Oh yeah. I brush my teeth, I put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up, I turn the sheets down. Take a drink and a good look around. Fun fact. I was on tour with Lisa Loeb and Rufus Wainwright, and it was the 90s, right? And so me and Rufus Wainwright would flip a coin to see who went on first. Lisa Loeb would headline every night. We did like 30 gigs. Omaha, Nebraska, Tucson, Arizona, everywhere. And so we were playing the shows, and I would sing You Were Meant For Me. It was at the height of its hit. And I was the dude in the video. So the video was being banged all the time on MTV. So Rufus Wainwright started getting pissed off because I would sell more merch than him at the end of the show. And we were in Omaha, Nebraska at a place called the Ranch Bowl. And there was all these cowboy dudes that took their wives in to see Lisa Loeb. And they were so bummed they were at a Lisa Loeb concert, the cowboy dudes, but the wives loved Lisa Loeb, and she had a big hit out at the time as well that went, "You say you want to hear what I want," and they wanted to hear that. And then Rufus Wainwright would come on, and he's so outly gay, he would be on stage. And this is before they were flying all kinds of rainbow flags everywhere, and you were theys or them. No, he was a pioneer, an early pioneer of fucking with an audience. So he's in Omaha, Nebraska, and he goes, "This is a song I wrote when I used to go home and watch the gay men's porno channel. And these beautiful guys would have Greek bodies and I'd masturbate. And these cowboy guys are like, what the fuck kind of show is this?" So Rufus Wainwright was not selling much merch. Except for gay dudes that would show up because he was just starting to break big. And so certain gay stalker dudes would show up and leave him flowers and notes, and he hated it. And he would be backstage, and he hated when these gay stalker dudes would show up, and he'd go to me, "Where's that gay basher when you need one?" Oh my God, the guy is he's so funny. And then he goes to me at the Ranch Bowl. He got booed off stage because he was saying all that shit. And this woman comes up to him, and he thinks she's gonna compliment him, and she has like permed blonde hair, and she grabs him by the shoulders. She goes, excuse me," and he goes, "Yes." And she goes, "You suck." And he doesn't even blink and miss a beat, and he goes, "Your hair sucks." That's the funniest thing. So then he was so mad, he goes to me, before I went on, he goes, "I'm gonna ruin your set tonight for merch sales." Rufus Wainwright tells me this, and I go, "You can't do anything to ruin my merch sales." He goes, "You'll see." And I was in the middle of singing this song. I was on that verse, and it just reminded me of it. And he walks out in the middle of the song and grabs the microphone, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, how much are you loving the very handsome Steve Poltz?" And the audience cheers, and then he goes, "Well, watch this." And he grabs me by the face, and he forces his tongue in my mouth and starts making out with me, and I just went with it. Like, I wasn't scared. Not like, I haven't ever dabbled in that. And then I was just kissing him back, one of those fully tongue kissing. Stage in front of all these cowboys. And then he stops kissing me. And then he just looks at me because he can't believe that happened. And that night, I only sold one CD. He was fucking right. That night, he called his dad, Loudon Wainwright, and he goes, "Dad, I met your illegitimate son. His name is Steve Poltz." I brush my teeth, I put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up, I turn the sheets down. I take a drink and a good look around. Put on my PJs and I hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I tell myself that I'll be alright. I shouldn't think anymore tonight, 'cause dreams last for so long. Even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me. And I got some duct tape in my trunk. I got some rope and a shovel. It's gonna be on an episode of the first 48 hours, you'll see. And by the time podcasts come around, it'll be on a brand new serial episode. You were meant for me, and I was literally meant for you. I'm so sorry I ruined this song tonight. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for Templeton. Oh yeah! Man, I've never done that version before. Healdsburg isn't gonna get that. When I was a kid, folks, I just want you to know, when I was a little kid, I played guitar all day. I started playing when I was 6 years old, and told my mom I was going to be a surgeon. And I was going to go to medical school. So to anybody here tonight who went to medical school, I love you for doing that. I wanted to do it, and I wanted to be a surgeon. And then I got so into guitar, I told my mom I was going to be a singer instead. And then she said, but I thought you were going to be a surgeon. And I looked her in the eyes and I said, then I'm going to be a singing surgeon. So anyways, here's to achieving 50% of your goals. Well, I should have had a medical career. I'd write a script for cheer. I'd eliminate all fear. Yeah, if I had a medical career, I wouldn't play this lonely chord. Bless you. I'd work the ER. It's so loud, the cicadas. And you watch them and they get out of their shell, they come up, they hang out for 8 years, and they got one day to go out and get laid and then die. Burrow into another tree and wait another 8 years. It must be good sex. So I had my friend draw a picture of me riding a cicada, and the cicada has mushrooms growing out of its head, and rather than holding a gun, I'm holding flowers, and I'm riding a psychedelic cicada. These are 8-color shirts, tie-dye. They're so awesome. And they were by a surfer friend of mine, designed them, named Sean Donovan, and I got them here tonight. They're selling out so fast, unfortunately, so we just had to order more. I didn't know they would go so fast. But I also picked up a whole new batch of handmade bandanas in East Nashville. These are made, they're so beautiful and soft. They're discharge printed. So discharge. That means they need to take tetracycline because they have chlamydia. No, they're discharge printed. They have chlamydia just like those bears, those koala bears I was just petting in Australia. I also have tiger shirts. Please don't remind me of some of the things I said tonight. Please, Jesus, forgive me. These tiger shirts are rad. I'll be back there. We can say hi to each other, pose for pictures, whatever you want. I want to thank Castoro. This place is rad. I want to thank all the people who ever saw me at Live Oak Festival. What a great festival that is. I want to thank Donna and happy birthday and your son Scott, who have a weird Game of Thrones sleeping together thing that I don't want to get into. No, I want to thank all you guys. I couldn't help it, Scott. Why do you think Jules says don't polarize my songs? I can't help it. I just always been that way. My sister, my poor sister, my older sister, it was so hard for her. We'd be at church, and I would do the Lord's Prayer with a French accent, snotty French accent. And she would laugh so hard. And that's when I realized I could be two people at once, because I could throw my voice so only she could hear it and my mom was next to her and my mom couldn't hear it. And I could act like such a good Catholic. And then when my mom looked over at my sister who was laughing hard, my mom would grab her by the ear and be so mad. And my sister would go, he's doing the Lord's Prayer in a French accent. I would look at my mom and go, I have no idea what she's talking about. And this is when I was only 6 years old. 6 years old, I could be two different people. My brain was able to function in that way. And then once my mom turned around again, I go, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And don't make it that shitty Wonder Bread. You make it have a good croissant. You know what I'm talking about, butter crust. I want it flaking off like the croissant I'll be talking about in 2024. Even though right now it's only 1966. Oh man. Anyways, thank you guys. Yay, thank you. Early one morning, the sun was shining as I was laying in bed, wondering if she changed it all, if her hair was still red. The folks, they said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress, Papa's banquet wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, the rain falling on my suit, headed up to the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues getting through. Tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. Help her out of a jam, I guess I might have used a little too much force. So we drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west. Split up on the docks that night, both agreeing it was best. She turned around to look at me as I was walking away. Heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in blue. I got a job in the great North Woods. I was working as a cook for a spell, but I never did like it all that much. And one day the axe just fell. So we drifted down to New Orleans, where I was lucky for to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside La Delacour. But all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind. Logic flew, tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. Just kept looking at the side of her face and the spotlight so clear. Later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there in the back of my chair. I said, "Tell me, don't I know your name?" I muttered something underneath the breath. She studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoe. Tangled up in blue. She lit a fire around the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought she'd never say hello. She said, "You look like the silent type." Then she opened up that book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of them words rang true. They glowed like burning coal, pouring off of every page like it was written in my soul. From me to you, tangled up in blue. With them on Montague Street, in a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves, and something inside him was dying. She had to sell other things we owned, and we froze up inside. When it finally the bottom fell out and I became withdrawn, the only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew. Let me hear you guys say it this time, please. Tangled up in blue. All right, try singing this last verse with me. So now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. All the people we know, listen to me now. So now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. Let's try it. So now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. All the people we used to know, all of the people they're an illusion to me now, an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are mathematicians, some are copying wife, some are copying wife. I don't know how they got stopped. Don't know how they got stopped. Don't know what they do with the rocks. Don't know what they do with the. Me, I'm still on the joint. Me, I'm still on the road, headed for another joint, headed for another joint. We always did feel the same. We always did feel the same. We just saw it from a different point of view. Let me hear you this time. Yes! Now tomorrow night I'm going up the road. I hope you follow me to Healdsburg. I'll do a bunch of different songs. I guarantee you'll have a good time. I'm on gonna be playing at High Sierra Music Festival in July. I hope you make it out there, all brings tears to my eyes. I'm gonna be playing a special show right after that in a town called Trinidad, just north of Arcata. Oh man, it makes me glad. It's gonna be, I think, on a Monday after High Sierra Festival. And then from there I'm gonna play at the Oregon Country Fair, don't you know? Later on I'm gonna play Newport Folk Festival in Rhode Island. But nothing's gonna be as cool as the show we had tonight in Templeton. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get a hallelujah? Tangled up in. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thanks so much. What a blast. I'll see you back there by my lovely wife Sharon. Peace be with you.